Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Spotlight Series. We're in June, just boogieing down that street of martial arts. Doing good. We're watching some good ones, so I'm always happy about that. So we've learned that we love a lot of different martial artists and people that make movies, but god damn it, there are a few that we just love together. Like Donnie Yen. That man can do no wrong in our eyes.
Absolutely. I will watch that man eat cereal.
Right?
I'm like, he's fucking fantastic.
And Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan, I know he had some poop movies out there, but Jackie Chan he makes amazing movies. And so I brought up one that Katie hadn't seen that I thought was great, and he shares the lead with actual Michelle Kwan. So
Not Michelle Kwan. Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh. Damn.
Michelle Kwan's a figure skater.
I know. Wouldn't that be cool if she was in this doing
would
flips?
Be amazing.
So Michelle.
Axles.
So
to your gut.
Damn, that would hurt so much.
Yeah, it would.
So we're talking about Supercop. So I didn't realize that this movie is part of a series of movies that Jackie did, Police
Supercop.
Story. So it's part of this Police Story series. And so his girlfriend, she was actually in other ones.
Okay.
So it was the same girl in all of them, which is pretty cool. So this movie is very much cop related, kind of like in the Raid 2, where I can't remember his name in the Raid 2. The hero in Raid 2, I can't remember his name. But
Iwase?
in the
Oh, I don't know what his name is.
yeah, that makes me sad. So, main character in the Raid 2, where he had to infiltrate the bad guys and kind of be undercover. This is kind of what happens in Supercop. So, what is his name? They just call him, he's like the Supercop of China. And then he goes to Hong Kong. Oh, no, he's the Supercop of the Hong Kong police. And he's sent to, Guangzhou? The Chinese
he's sent
police.
to mainland China.
Yeah.
To join the military, not just the police, the military in China.
Kevin, that's his American name.
Yes, Kevin.
But it's like Kakui, Chin Chao Chu, Lin Fu Sheng. That's a fucking name.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then Michelle Yeoh is Jessica, because they didn't want to fuck with the names like that. So, there are tons of secondary characters that are in all of them, apparently. Like his uncle, he's in all the other Police Story movies. And so, in this one, Jackie's infiltrating a bad guy group. The leader, if you heard our Kung Fu Hustle episode, he's the landlord. He's young and cute, being a bad guy. Mm-hmm. So he's in it. And so he's trying to join his group and figure out all these things. And there's like a kidnapping, and there's a chick in prison they're trying to break out. It's all these different situations. And there's a lot of kicking and punching, a lot of shooting too. This movie's got a lot of guns in it.
Yeah.
And so Michelle Yeoh gets involved, and so it's both of them trying to survive. And I didn't realize Michelle Yeoh was all on that fuck it life in this movie, because she did stunts and she got hurt. But she did some pretty cool things. And so her and Jackie were both just like, I don't give no fuck about my life today, so let's make a good ass movie.
Yeah, they did some dumbass shit.
And actually, inadvertently, they were one-upping each other, trying to one-up each other. And Jackie actually said, I have to quit because it looks like you won't stop. And you'll do something that I don't want to do. So he's like, we need to quit. So, yeah, there are really cool stunts in it. And they did all of them. Really cool things. So this movie's amazing. Supercop. I would give it a shot. So, in this movie, who was your favorite character?
Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah.
Her character was fucking great. She was like a army general, colonel, something.
Like
she
an
was
inspector.
She was super high up in the Chinese military, and she joins Jackie on this adventure, pretends to be his sister, like when they go undercover into the gang, and she's just badass, and she does some really cool martial arts like stunts in this film. And the way that her and Jackie play off of each other is fucking great. Like, they're both that, like, equally comedic and badass at martial arts. So it's really, really cool to see them play off of each other.
They actually did amazing with each other in it. It was really cool.
Yeah, they were really cool together.
So it's tough. I like Jessica a lot in the movie. But actually, I'm going to go with Jessica. Jackie's usually like a no-duh in these movies. But he was good. He's always good. But he wasn't... It's odd. He was a little more serious and silly than his other movies. But Jessica was like the right mix of everything. It was really good. And plus, it's cool to see somebody that can keep up with Jackie in his movies. And so I enjoyed watching Jessica go at it with Michelle Yeoh. So who's your least favorite character in the movie?
My least favorite character was Jackie's girlfriend.
May?
She, like, wasn't a huge part of the movie for most of this movie. But towards the end, they're, the gang, Jackie and the gang are, like, hanging out at a hotel waiting for, like, this drop to happen so that they can go rescue the gang lord's wife or whatever the fuck. And Jackie's girlfriend is there with some tour that she's, like, hosting. And she sees Jackie at the pool and proceeds to, like, make contact with him, even though she knows that he is a cop and he told her, I'm going undercover, like, I won't be able to contact you for a little bit. So she makes contact with him at the pool, gets mad at him because because he's with another girl, and, like, they get in a fight. Then later, he finds her again in the hotel and, like, explains himself, and she's like, oh, okay, I get it. You're undercover. You're doing this. Won't say anything. And then she walks away and has this, like, dumb, happy look on her face. And then gets into the elevator with her friend and proceeds to tell her friend that her boyfriend is an undercover cop and he's infiltrating, like, basically the whole fucking plot. Ruins the whole undercover thing. And another gang member, like a high-up gang member, was in that fucking elevator with the girls. Yeah. So he heard everything and he, like, immediately calls as soon as he gets off the elevator, he calls the boss and is like, hey, that guy's an undercover cop. The girl is also an undercover cop. Like, there's some shit going down, and it just fucks the whole thing over. And then shit gets too serious. So she fucked everything up because she couldn't keep her goddamn mouth shut, and I don't like her for that.
Yes, May is my pick too. It sucks. Like, if
equal opportunity.
Kevin should have told her more about it, but he didn't want to involve her or get her.
He told her enough. I feel
yes, but he didn't want to get her nervous because if I was like, hey, I'm gonna be gone for a month. Hopefully just a month, but I'm going to do some crazy shit. I have to, but I guess that's better than tell you like, hey, I'm going to be involved with some drug dealers and mafia people, and I'm going to try not to get fucking killed for like 2 months. I'll be back. See ya. I guess that's better, but I don't know. He could have worded it better at the beginning, and so it's like, hey, if you see me out in the world, well, he probably didn't think he'd ever see her, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm going undercover doing some shit. And hopefully you would understand, like, oh, if I see you,
well, she was supposed to be in Hong Kong still, and he was, like, somewhere in mainland China, so...
Yeah. But I'd like to think if I did that, you would see me and be like, oh, shit,
Yeah.
Like, something's happened. I need to get a little further out. But, but May was... But especially with movies like this, you gotta have somebody that just... The plan goes upside down. And, but it's fine. I mean, they still got that one chick's wife out.
Yeah.
So that all worked out for him.
The guy's wife.
So,
but then that guy ended up dying, so.
Yeah. Well, everybody got fucked up in that movie.
Yeah, Jackie Chan and Michelle Yeoh just, like, murdered everybody. It was pretty great.
Okay, so what's your 7? Yeah, 7 word. I was going to go over the end of the movie, but honestly, it's a by the numbers, like...
It's an action flick.
Yeah.
It's really good. Good guys prevail.
Yeah.
And
helicopter explodes.
And they live on to continue being good cops. And they go on to the
super
next
cops.
Adventure to Supercop 2. So
yeah, super cops.
Okay. My 7-word synopsis is girlfriend needed to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's just the storyline of this film. Like
yeah, 100%. My 7-word is 2 dumbass actors trying to die.
Yeah,
when I was sitting there watching, and I'm like, Michelle Yeoh don't give no fuck about her life. But I learned she just went through a divorce, so she was on that fuck it life for real.
Oh, yeah.
And that was one of the reasons that she picked up the movie and said, fuck it, I'll do it. Because she had extra time on her hands, and she wanted to do something a little different. She's like, yeah, I'll do an action movie with Jackie Chan. And then she was like, oh, he's doing that stunt? Oh, he's hanging from a helicopter?
I could do that.
Yeah, I can do that. And like, okay, we're going to put you on the side of a fucking, like, 18-wheeler, and then you're going to have to lift yourself so you don't get smushed by another truck coming by. Hold on. And then
she was like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah, you want to jump on this train with a motorcycle? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll do it. She did some dumb shit in this film, and it was fantastic. Like, holy crap.
Oh, hey, you want to get thrown off a truck onto a car and land on it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do
that. And then they show it. The first time she hit the car, and it fell off and rolled in the street. So she got fucked up. Michelle Yeoh went through some shit in this movie, but it looks official.
But I bet when this movie was over and like her divorce was like finalized and everything she was just so fucking relieved. She's like, yeah, you're damn right. Yeah. I just fucking beasted my way through that movie. Fuck all of y'all.
Yeah, she probably felt amazing. But yeah, apparently that was like, it wasn't like the main reason, but it was probably a big component to it. She's like, man,
Michelle Yeoh's a fucking queen.
I got extra time on my hands. Fuck it, I'll do an action movie with Jackie Chan. Yeah, I'm jumping that train with this motorcycle. Like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
You know, Jackie dumb, and he knows he's dumb, so he's like, man, I ain't trying to drag other people down with my dumbness right now.
Yeah.
But no, it's an amazing movie. This episode is gonna be kind of quick because it's by the numbers. You know, it's a solid Jackie Chan movie. Nothing.
He infiltrates a gang, and then once he's infiltrated the gang, the goal is to take down the gang from the inside.
Yeah.
The police know that the gang is planning to take out the wife of the drug lord. Like, after she gets sentenced, basically, they're trying to break her out. So they know that that's what's going to happen. And it's really cool. I think my favorite thing about this movie is the different instances where they come into contact with other members of the military or other police who don't know and can't know, really, that they're undercover military officials and policemen. Like, there's a moment when they're kind of in the country with the gang, like when Jackie first meets up with the gang and and his family, quote unquote, where the military shows up to bust up this like brawl that breaks out, and Michelle Yeoh has to like take the general guy, like the head commander of this little military raid that's happening. She takes him out to the roof to like beat his ass. And then she like tells him, she's like, "Hey, I'm this person. I'm General this. Like, I can't do this. I'm undercover." Blah 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 blah. And he doesn't believe her. And she's like, "Oh, well, fuck you then." And she just like whoops his ass until he's unconscious real quick. And then she grabs his walkie-talkie, and she phones in. And she's like, "This is Commander, whatever her name, whatever the name was. This is the commander. You know, I'm here. You know, this is planned, like I'm infiltrating this thing, like leave everybody down." And she like chucks the thing away and is like, "I got him. I killed that guy. It's fine."
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Like,
yeah,
you know, only certain people knew, and they're like, "If you get in my way, I'm gonna beat you up, man. I have to get past you and be with this bad guy. I have
to complete this mission, basically."
So I'm sorry, I had to hit you in the face, dude. I'm sorry. Okay, so it was tough finding budgets with these films. Like around these 90s with Jackie Chan films, it's tough finding how much it was. But how much do you think it did box office wise?
I went absurd because this movie has starred two famous action heroes of the time, and it had some crazy ass stunts and shit in it. And they had to like portray the Chinese military, which I know is not always safe or the wisest choice. Yeah, so they probably had to pay a lot of money to get permission to do that. So I'm going to say $130 million.
Not bad. A little high.
I just went way, way, way up, so I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, actually half of that. It was $50 million.
$50 million? Okay.
It still probably did good amount of money for what it was.
So originally I was going to say $30 million. But then you were like, that movie made a lot of money. And then I thought about it more, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to add a one. Like, fuck it. Well, 130.
Like the U.S., it made almost $20 million by itself. And in Hong Kong, it did like $32 million. So,
okay.
Like, both places where it was, it made some change. So,
yeah. If they re-released this movie in America, this movie would make a ton of money.
Hell yeah.
So much money. I go watch this movie like 3 times in the theater.
Oh, yeah. So, it actually came out in Hong Kong July the 4th, 1992.
Nice.
Actually, not in just Hong Kong, released everywhere. 4th of July, 92.
Nice.
So, solid movie.
All countries matter.
Right? Okay, you got anything else for Supercop? This is going to be a fast one, because it's a by-the-numbers movie, 90 minutes. It gets the shit in and it gets out.
It's a great movie. Watch this movie, and then when you're done with this one, you can digest Supercop 2.
Right? Okay, so if you want to tweet us anything about Supercop or any other Jackie Chan film, you can tweet us at
Allentown Pod.
If you want to email us anything about this movie or any Jackie Chan movie, you can email us at
AllentownPresents@gmail.com.
We have a Facebook. It is
Allentown Presents.
Okay. Like always, guys, we'll be back very soon with another episode. And thanks for listening. This is fun, and I'm having a good time watching all these movies. So, yeah, thank you. Okay, see you guys later.